everybody. Okay, let's get all of this started. For those of you who may or may not be here, because this takes a minute to figure out. Alright, it looks like things are working. Thank you for your patience. I'm trying to make sure. I'm trying something new today. So, today we have some music on stream. This music is provided from Sirenscape. They are a company that does music for tabletop RPGs, but they also allow you to use the music you buy and the sound effects and everything that you buy from them on stream. And I know I'm not a huge fan of a quiet stream, so we're all hopefully this will help. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So this is absolutely working. All right, so today I went to my game store to pick up all of this stuff we're going to open today. And with everything that I did, I qualified for these promos here. These are not connected to the Wheel of Time at all, but they are cool little anime promos that you get for buying various things. Oh, you know what? I will be right back. Sorry about that. I had to grab something I forgot. So, Will and Rowan from Wilds of Eldraine, and some cool cards. So, I like that a lot. Something else that is very cool. This is a promo from Magicon Las Vegas, a TARDIS card in Surge Foil. I was able to buy this off somebody who went to the con like the day after the con ended. Luckily, I was able to get one of these. So I'm just going to leave this out because it's cool to have. We'll start off. I did a video on TikTok about this, but this is going to be my Doctor Who deck box. So if you open it up, we see that we have room for each of the decks, plus dice and everything, and then tokens and everything you need. None of these have the cards in them, obviously, because I haven't opened them up yet, but I pre-portioned everything out because I'm like that. So you'll see that this is going to be for one deck, because it's all the first 8 Doctors, 9 through 11, 12 to 13, and then the villains. I bought this cool sticker pack, and then each, so starting here and wrapping around this way, you get each of the Doctors to there and there. I don't know why this one is not an actual portrait when all the others are. This one should actually be this guy, but I didn't like that the Dalek was the mini thing here when these ones were his allies, kind of. So I switched it over. But yeah, so this is what I'll be using to carry all 4 decks, and it's very appropriate. So we're going to start with opening this deck right here. Oh, you know what? That's yeah. We're just gonna do this. So we're gonna start with the Paradox Power deck. We're gonna open this. We're gonna take a look at everything we have, and then we're gonna go through from there. They always make this. Wizards has this weird thing where every time a product comes out, they switch it up slightly from the previous one, so your strategy changes on how to like open the various packs and things. So this I'm going to bet are our plane chase cards. Yep. So we've got our plane chase cards here. For those who are not familiar, plane chase is an additional way to play the game. Uh, so these cards, each deck comes with 10 of them, and what plane you're on has certain specific rules. Oh, I am so happy that they came with dice. Oh, with the plane chase dice, obviously. Okay. So what happens is when you're on this plane, creatures enter the battlefield tapped. And then you move planes, and when you move planes, new things happen, and it makes your commander game uh, a little bit more chaotic. So right here we have the Doctor's Childhood Barn on Gallifrey. Um, these are really floppy compared to the regular cards. Storm Cage Containment Facility, Plane Unknown Planet. The Drum Mining Facility, Earth. Singing Towers of Delirium, Delirium. Fixed Point in Time, Phenomenon. Besieged Viking Village, this is where Me the Immortal comes from. North Pole Research Base, Earth. Temple of Atropos, Plane Time. Kerblam Warehouse, Plane Kendoka. And the Dining Car, Plane Spacecraft. So that's a lot of fun, something new for this. Well, not new, they're bringing it back for this set. And I love this die. Look how pretty that is. All right. So I thought maybe I missed it. Let's take a look. Ah, yes, here it is. I almost threw out this collector booster sample pack. That would have been terrible. So we're going to move some things to the side so that way we have room. We're going to open this, go through it, open the pack that comes with it, and that way we can do that. Okay, so we have our first commander here, the 13th Doctor. Oh, and this is the thick card that it comes with. 13th Doctor and Yasmin Khan. I believe this is the two main pairings that you're supposed to play the deck with out of the box. But anything that has Doctor's Companion here, you can run as part of your commander. It's interesting that Danny Pink. Oh no, Danny is. He didn't really travel with the Doctor, so. We've got Yasmin Khan, we've got Danny Pink, +1/+1 counters. Osgood Operation Double is One of the more expensive cards in the set. Allows you to double up on spells. An adventure card here, that's fantastic. Take an extra turn. Love that. Let's see. Become the pilot, an enchantment, quantum misalignment. Create a creature token that's a copy. That's great. Nardle. I love Nardle. He's definitely going to go in some decks, that's for sure. I don't know what one, but he's Doctor's Companion, so maybe I will run him as the companion. Flatline. Bill Potts. Into the Time Vortex. Cascade. That's going to be crazy. Rebound in Cascade. That's going to be absolutely insane. Turn from the Past. Impending Flux. The Flux. 13s. So each Doctor has their own saga based on an episode, and the Flux is 13th. Sisterhood of Karn is also going to be crazy. Graham O'Brien. Food Token, that's fun. Carvanista, Loyal Lupari. I like that a lot. Human Tribal, interesting. The Foretold Soldier. Fugitive of the Jadoon, the Fugitive Doctors saga. There we go, River Song. And who doesn't want to actually run River Song? Okay. Jenny Flint and Madame Vastra, a lesbian couple in the show. You can see, their connection here. They're both in each other's cards. Oh, and they're partners, so you could run them as your commanders as well. Strax, gotta love Strax. Now here's the 12th Doctor. Fugitive Doctor. Now, Me Immortal, this is a card that I would love to run as a commander. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put your choice of +1/+1, first strike, vigilance, or menace counters on me. The Immortal counters remain on me as it moves from any other zone in the player's hand or library. You may cast me from your graveyard by discarding 2 cards in addition to paying its other cost. So you're getting around commander tax. If you have a lot of draw, that's going to be good. Look at that art on that. That's fantastic. I think we're a little far out. Let's zoom in a tiny, tiny bit. There you go. Heaven Sent, one of 12's better episodes. Last Night Together, the 12th Doctor and River Song. Now, River Song's Diary. This I hope I open in the packs because I want to play this card. Imprint. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell from their hand, exile it instead of putting it into the graveyard as it resolves. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there's 4 or more cards exiled with River Song's Diary, choose one of them at random. You may cast it without paying its cost. I love fun, chaotic cards. Clara Oswald, which is going to be a very popular card because you can make any combination Doctor Who deck with Clara. Chaos Warp, love it. That's a great card. Dreamroot Cascade, so we have some mana-based stuff here. Rootbound Craig, so this is an episode of Doctor Who where River Song writes that for the Doctor to get her message across. Exotic Orchard, a fun version of that. Gallifrey Council Chamber. Tap to add a colorless, tap to add mana of any color, spend this mana to cast a Time Lord or Alien spell, or activate an ability of a Time Lord or Alien. Psychic Paper. Now, so some of these cards are really, great. We just had the card up here. Cursed Mirror, that's pretty cool. Chaos War, pretty cool, all that. But then we got this thing that looks like a CGI hand, and that's pretty corny. But what it does is cool. It can turn any creature into another creature type. Now here's the actual TARDIS card. There's the Surge Foil. Sonic Screwdriver there. Kind of like a Staff of Dominion. Truth or Consequences, a great episode of Doctor Who. Bigger on the inside. Arcane Signet, Soul Ring, that is a gorgeous art. Ponder is fun. Think Twice, Preordain, Throes of Chaos. So this is going to be a pretty chaotic deck. Growth Spiral. Rogue's Passage is always a great one. Reliquary Tower, love to see that. Path of Ancestry, Command Tower. Then our land base. Alright, so we've been through our first deck. Kind of showing that off. So our first collector's opening. Let's see what's in store for us. Okay, an advertisement for Secret Lair. The Fifth Doctor in TARDIS treatment. That is fantastic. And then we have Ace's Baseball Bat. Equipped creature gets +3/+0. As long as equipped creature is attacking as first strike and must be blocked by a Dalek if able. Equip legendary creature 1, equip 3. That is a fun opening we have there. A doctor in the TARDIS treatment is fantastic. Then I think next we're going to go with Blast from the Past. I always open this from the top. I don't know why, because these open from the bottom to slide everything out, so you don't have to be weird about it like I am. Okay, so this one, pulling out here, pulling out here, already coming out here. The die for the Planescape die. Okay, so the first one was kind of just like a dark blue. This one's like blue and green. It's fun. Then we have our Planescape cards and our collector. Okay, so we have the Pyramid of Mars, caught in a parallel universe. What happens here? When you encounter caught in a parallel universe, each player chooses a creature controlled by the player to the left. Each player creates a token that's a copy of the creature they choose, except it has menace. Gardens of Tranquil Repose, with Davros on there. Spectrox Mines, the Coal Hill School, Unit Headquarters, the Cheetah Planet, Antarctic Research Base, the Cave of Skulls, TARDIS Bay, Gallifrey, the Pyramid of Mars, I believe one of the Fourth Doctor's adventures. Now I'm just sitting here wondering what I did. Ah, that's what I did, obviously. So pull these apart, put them together there. So even though it's the newest series, Doctors 12 through 13 are not nearly as beloved as either of the two eras. For those of you who are new to Doctor Who, the first era was in the 60s to the 80s, which is this era right here, with the first through 8th Doctors. And this is the second most beloved. It was the original, so the fandom existed for a long time, but it didn't have an online presence, and it wasn't. It was popular when it wasn't popular to be a geek, so it didn't get as hugely big as it did in the late 2000s era when it was more acceptable and fandoms were a thing. So we've got the fourth Doctor here. Fourth Doctor, one of the most loved Doctors. So it makes sense that him and his companion are the representative here. Romana is also pretty loved. Actually, all of these characters are very loved. Um, Crisis of Conscience, that one is one of the more popular cards from this set. All the sagas up here. Traverse Eternity. Draw cards equal to the highest mana value among historic permanents you control. K9 Mark 1. Nissa. Reverse the polarity. Like the origin of technobabble. Five Doctors. Search your library and graveyard for up to 5 Doctor cards. Reveal them. Put them in the hand. So you just get to get a lot of Doctors. That's good. Gallifrey Stands, another very popular card. This card and cards like it is giving Changeling a lot of support because Doctor cards are only in this set, not super popular. But Changelings can be anything. So if we're sitting here and this card, as long as you have, was it 13 or more Changelings / Doctors, you win the game. That is great Changeling support. All of the Doctors here. Eighth Doctor, also one that people are loving, at least for its abilities in Magic. Bessie, the Doctor's Roadster. So this is an interesting period of time for Doctor Who when the Doctor lost their traveling ship, the TARDIS. So they were stuck on Earth and had a robotic, almost sentient car kind of thing. So that's, oh, Ace's baseball bat, we got that. Heroic Intervention, a new art on that. Time Wipe, that's a great looking card. Another Clock Tower that does clock towery things. Another Twice Upon a Time, they put it in this one too. Okay. Temple of Enlightenment. So the mana base in these is pretty darn good. Normally, you don't get so many dual lands, and I know they're not; these ones aren't called, but multiple mana source lands. Banish to another universe. Exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until it leaves. Oh, affinity for historic permanents. Okay, so this is really artifact specific. Displaced by Dinosaurs, a hugely popular thing going for a lot of money, because as a historic permanent enters the battlefield under your control, it becomes a 7/7 dinosaur creature in addition to its other types. And it's a 7/7 dinosaur. Very crazy. Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Return to Dust, Explore, 3 Visits, Arcane Signet, Paths, Hero's Blade, Thought Vessel, Mind Stone. Then we have Food, which are jelly babies here. Famous, the Fourth Doctor ate them a lot. Clue, Copy, Mutants, Soldiers. Okay. So we got the first 2 decks down. Second collector's pack to be opened. We have Astrid Perth. Whenever she enters the battlefield or attacks, create a food token. Great card. And the Toymaker's Trap. So at the beginning of your upkeep, secretly choose a number between 1 and 5 that hasn't been chosen. If you do, an opponent guesses which number you choose. Then you reveal the number you choose. If they guessed wrong, they lose life equal to the number guessed, and you draw a card. If they guessed right, sacrifice the trap. Very famous serial from the first Doctor. Also coming back this month, this year at least, for the 60th celebration. Or if at least not that, David Tennant's return. Which, who isn't excited for David Tennant and Donna Noble? Okay. Okay, so these might just be random because this looks like the same bluish green we got over there. So this is the villains deck, and I think this might be not just thematically, but mechanically the strongest deck that they made. When I was watching some of the announcement streams for this, they said the villain deck, when they felt that in making it, if you sat down at the table, you should be the villain of the table. And there's a lot of cards in here, and you'll see why they say that. So, City of the Daleks, plain Skaro. The Moon Base, plain Moon. Dalek Intensive Care, the Dalek Asylum. Bowie Base 1, plain Mars. The Doctor's Tune, plain Trenzalore. Applin Moratorium. Unleash the Flux. Matrix of Time. Now, this is the 13th Doctor and her version of the Master. Hotel of Fears, which is actually a 13th Doctor. And this one was interesting because it was a maze of your fears. And the Mondasian colony ship. All right. Let's keep going here. Oh, 1 second, everybody. Okay. Some minor issues to take care of real quick. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Doctor Who, Davros, the Dalek creator, Daleks are like the big bad in the Doctor Who universe. And Davros is the creator of the big bad. Missy is a version of the Master who, like the Doctor, regenerates and has different faces. So I'm not sure if you're... Oh, because there's no partners for this. You could use either one of them as the commander. Autumn Soldier, this is crazy. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it isn't legendary, is an artifact in addition to its other types, and has myriad. So your one of your enemies has a Shieldred the Apocalypse. This comes out, you make a token copy of it with myriad. Just swings out. Gives you still all the benefits. Crazy kind of stuff. Flood of Mars, also crazy. Island Walk, but water always wins. Whenever the Flood of Mars attacks, put a flood counter on another target creature or land. If it's a creature, it becomes a copy of the Flood of Mars. If it's a land, it becomes an island in addition to its other types. So you just turn everything into a zombie. Which is crazy. That's going to be crazy to play against. Cyber Conversion, creating Cybermen. Dalek Drone, Vashta Narada. Look at this. Indestructible, 3/1/1, has Shadow and Morbid. At the beginning of each end step, If a creature died this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Vashta Narada. So it's an indestructible, crazy thing. It's going to be great. Um, Doomsday Confluence destroys creatures. We already seen the Toymaker's Trap. Genesis of the Daleks. This one's interesting. Let's see. Death of Heaven. Delete. Ensnared. The Master Multiplied. This one is low Tikoria. Tikorii. Tikori. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. We're just going over some of the decks first before we start getting into packs, though I have been opening the sample packs that come there. But the Master Multiplied, Myriad. The Legend rule doesn't apply to creature tokens you control. The triggered abilities you control can't cause you to sacrifice or exile creature tokens you control. So, Master Multiplied has Myriad. You attack one person, the Myriad copies come out. The Master stops those Myriad copies from being sacrificed or exiled, so they all remain on your table. Then, next turn, you go again, and again, and again. So the Master Multiplied is crazy. People are going to be making decks out of that, I can tell. Um, they made this deck crazy good. It is going to be a problem. The Beast Deathless Prince. When you cast a spell, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it gains Menace and Haste till end of turn. The Beast enters the battlefield tapped with 6 stun counters on it. And whenever a creature deals combat damage to its owner, untap the Beast and draw a card. So crazy fun things you can do. The Dalek Emperor. Other Daleks you control have haste. At the beginning of combat in your turn, each opponent faces a villainous choice. That player sacrifices a creature they control, or you create a Dalek artifact creature token with menace. So you just have Great Wound Reflection, Blasphemous Act, Solemn Simulacrum. It's just crazy what you're getting in these decks. Exotic Orchard. Renegade Silent. At the beginning of your end step, goad up to one target creature you don't control and put a +1/+1 counter on Renegade Silent. Renegade Silent phases out. Just a fun card, why not, right? Exterminate, Dalek Squadron. There is just... So, as opposed to the Sonic Screwdriver we got with the Doctors, the Laser Screwdriver is for the villains because it can do damage and make things attack. So it's more villainous than the Screwdriver, the Sonic Screwdriver. Lightning Greaves, Propaganda. Command Sphere, look at that. These are just so good, so beautiful. The art's amazing. Treasure, Clue, Alien Angel, Mark of the Rani. Such good things going on here. Now we get to open Collector Sample. We are going to get a Vashta Narada and River Song's Diary. I am so happy about these polls. That is fantastic. I know what deck that's going into. I don't know what deck that's going into, but it's fantastic. That is very good. So now we're on to our last deck, and then we will open up the collector's pack and get to the gambling of it all, right? And, oh, yep, another blue with green. Does this one just not have green and I don't see it? No, that's just fully blue. I wonder if that is an actual error in the making of it, and it was supposed to have the same die as the others, but it doesn't. Pulling out our collectors. Takori, you can chime in if there's anything you have to say. I enjoy talking about the things we're looking at. So this is my favorite Doctor. David Tennant is my favorite. This is his set. Period of Mars, Caught in a Parallel Universe, Guarding, Spectrox Mines. I think this was a mistake. This is supposed to be for the villain deck, right? Or was that... No, this wasn't for the villain deck. This was supposed to be for... Yeah, Sea Gardens, Tranquil, Spectrox, Coal Hill School, Cheetah Planet. I need to contact Wizards because these are not the right uh, uh, cards for this deck. Welcome to our second viewer. I appreciate it. You literally just missed me opening up a misprint, or a mispackage, I should say. The Plane Chase cards for this set, or this box that I opened, are actually for a different box. That is crazy. Caught on cam here, so that's fun. Of course, it's going to be the deck I'm most excited about, right? Wow. That is actively insane. Okay. So the 10th Doctor, Rose Tyler, Wilfred Mott, some of the best characters in fiction. Everybody Lives. Now, this is a card that people are loving. All creatures gain hexproof and indestructible till end of turn. Players gain hexproof until end of turn. Players can't lose life this turn, and players can't lose the game or win the game this turn. It's just okay, we get one more turn. Everybody lives. And then opposite, everything comes to dust. Exile all creatures except those that share creature type with creature that can invoke, dispel all artifacts and all enchantments. 4 Nox. Pandorica, The Wedding of River Song, Astrid Perth, which we got in one of the collectors, Crack in Time, The Girl in the Fireplace, Martha Jones, Nanogen Conversion, Flesh Duplicate, which is actually a shapeshifter, All History All at Once, Time Travel, Donna Noble, one of the best companions, Amy Pond, amazing. Let's see, the RMS Titanic is a vehicle. Whoever is here, feel free to have a conversation in the comments. I like talking to people. The 9th Doctor, Sally Sparrow, Jenny Generated Anomaly. So here's a fun thing. The actress who plays this character is the daughter of the 5th Doctor, who played in an episode with the 10th Doctor. They met on set and got married. So she is the daughter and husband of an actor who played Doctor Who, which is interesting, right? The War Doctor, played by John Hurt. Idris, Soul of the TARDIS, an episode written by Neil Gaiman, so that's fun. Face of Bo. Run for Your Life, Day of the Doctor. Gallifrey Falls No More. This is a fantastic card. 4 and 2 red, or 2 and a white. You can play both of them as an instant. Gallifrey Falls deals 4 damage to each creature. If a creature dealt damage this way would die, this turn exile instead. And then any number of target creatures you control phase out. It's a board wipe that can save your own butt. Red and white is an interesting combination, but hey, that is such an effective card. Any deck that runs red and white would want that. Dinosaurs on a Ship, Kate Stewart, The Moment, Rotating Fireplace, Grasp of Fate, Farewell, New Art, Out of Time. I love this card. This is an underrated card. Every white deck should play it. When Out of Time enters the battlefield, untap all creatures, and those creatures phase out until Out of Time leaves the battlefield. Put a time counter on Out of Time for each creature that phased out this way. So, this card can grab commanders and take them out of the game. So, if between the 4 opponents at your table for a commander game, there's 10 creatures out and 2 of the 3 people have commanders, boom, their commanders are gone for 10 rounds. Out of Time is amazing. It should always be played. As foretold, Port Town, Exotic Orchard, Temple of Enlightenment, Sky Cloud Expanse. That's a great art. I love that. Thespian Stage. Atraxi Warden. Wibbly Wobbly Timey Wimey. One of the best quotes from the show. Star Whale. Psychic Paper. The TARDIS again. Sonic Screwdriver. Clock Spinning. Thought Vessel. Some talismans. More Rogue's Passage. And some tokens. So, thank you everybody for staying by for this. We are going to get into our actual pack openings now. So wish me luck. There are possible serialized cards that I could pull. So we'll hope for some good luck. Though the store that I bought this from did pull their own serialized, so we'll see. We have River Song in the TARDIS. That is awesome. That is a great card. And then I see foil, 500-Year Diary. 500-Year Diary enters battlefield tapped. Tap or add a blue for each clue you control. Sacrifice 500-Year Diary, draw a card. Okay, interesting. So here we have it. I am so excited. I cannot stand it. This is going to be so much fun and so nerve-wracking. I'm pulling up here the prices for the set, which have dramatically shifted. A week ago, if you had owned every card, one of every card from this set, that value would have been $2,000. Today, that value is $900. So more than half fell, but if you go look at any set released in the last year, the same thing could be said, but would be at $200. So at $900, this is even pretty crazy. So we're just going to start. Actually, we're going to go on the side. We're going to pick up and go from here. I don't know where the rares are in the set and stuff. They move them around each time, and I always forget to find the chart and do it. Ooh, look at that. An island foil. I am happy with that. As a blue player, it's a good sign. The 11th Doctor foil. Good card. Commander's Sphere in Surge foil. That is very cool. Very hard to read, but very cool. So we've got our rare there. The TARDIS in foil. Regenerations Restored. Flatline. Madame Vastra, full art. Carpet of Flowers. Flaming Tyrannosaurus. Okay, we got some more. Oh, actually, all these are rares. Game Trail. Love that. Vampire the Eternal Struggle, 5th edition. Yeah. Jane Chesterton. Canyon Sloth. Oh, I see the Ranny, the second Doctor. Okay. The War Doctor, John Hurt in foil. Love that. An Alien Angel in Surge foil. Okay. That is some pretty decent pulls for my first pull. Granted, nothing in the above $10 range, which is right now there's only 3 cards in the above $10 range. Everybody Lives, Displaced Dinosaurs, and the Master Multiplied, which is actually crazy because a week ago there were so many cards in that. All right, let's try this since the pack is not opening. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, a Surge foil Swamp. The 10th Doctor foil for a Mythic Rare. Cyberman Squadron. The 4th Doctor in Surge foil. Wedding Ring. I think these are all Mythic Rares. Chaos Warp in foil. Love Chaos Warp. Return the Past. Sundown Pass. Ashad the Lonely Cyberman. Wound Reflection. Duggan Private Detective. Temple of Malice, Surge foil land. Sunken Hollow. Okay, we've got the 4th Doctor. We've got the 3rd Doctor. And an Alien Angel. That is interesting. All right. How did Gallifrey Falls No More go down to a $6 card? That was one of the chase cards for this set originally. I am shocked and appalled. You really don't know where this game is going with prices. It can be anywhere. All right, so we've got the Swamp. Hello, third viewer. I appreciate it. Welcome. The 4th Doctor in Surge foil. So Surge foil is not something special in this set, unfortunately. The Commander Sphere. Deserted Beach. Star Whale. Think Twice. RMS Titanic in full art. Grasp of Fate. Duggan Private Detective. Shipwreck Marsh. Time Reaper. Heroic Intervention. The Pandorica. The Master formed anew. Interesting. The Master multiplied in foil and TARDIS frame. That is a good pull, I think. That is fantastic. And Human Noble. Yeah, the Master multiplied. A normal card is 14, so a foil TARDIS frame is a good pull. Okay, so we got a Plains. That's good. The 8th Doctor. Fiery Islet. The 3rd Doctor. Frostboil Snarl. Gallifrey Council Chamber. The 11th Doctor. Drowned Catacomb. The 5th Doctor. Temple of Mystery. Crisis of Conscience. Is that? No, that one really fell too. That was also one of the... Okay. Heroes Podium. Me the Immortal in Surge foil. When I make this deck, that is fantastic. Okay, we have the 1st Doctor. And then we have the Master formed anew. And a Human Rogue. So they might not be money pulls, but they are good cards. Ones that I definitely want to use. We've got Plains, the 6th Doctor, Forbidding Runes, Trial of the Time Lord, the 9th Doctor, Lunar Hatchling, Vizsla Turlo, Temple of Enlightenment, Dan Lewis, River of Tears, The Fugitive Doctor, Sky Cloud Expanse. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Cultivate and Surge Foil. Sarah Jane Smith and the Fifth Doctor in Surge Foil with a copy token. Okay. I know these lands are gorgeous and will probably not be at a premium, but they will be popular. Okay, so our first non-full art land we pulled here. The Fifth Doctor, Talisman of Indulgence, Displaced Dinosaurs. There you go. That is a $20 card, second most expensive in the set, and we have it in foil. Temple of the False God, a very controversial card. Bill Potts, the Sixth Doctor, Overgrown Farmland, the Master Gallifrey's End, Temple of Triumph, Regenerations Restored, Chaos Warp in Surge Foil. That is almost impossible to see what's going on, but Chaos Warp's a great card. The Eighth Doctor, K9 Mark 1, and the 13th Doctor with a copy. I will not be at a loss for doctors. That is for sure. Okay, Plains. The Fourth Doctor, Wound Reflection, Gallifrey Council Chamber, Thought Vessel, Sisterhood of Karn, Strax Sontaran Nurse, Frostboil Snar, Strax Sontaran Nurse Foil, Heroes Podium, Perry Brown, Farewell in Surge Foil, The Moment, Rose Tyler, that's amazing, and Sarah Jane Smith. Okay. I believe we're at a little after the halfway point. Oh, I think did my stream go down for a second? Because it looks like we went down to 0 followers for a second there, or 0 viewers. All right. Forest, the Seventh Doctor, Thought Vessel, Glacial Fortress, The Moment, Bill Potts, Ryan Sinclair, River of Tears, Crack in Time, Darkwater Catacombs, Frost Fair Lurefish, Sunken Hollow, Fortified Village, the Master Mesmerist, the Second Doctor, and an adipose little guy. All right, Mountain, the 12th Doctor, Dalek Drone, an Unearthly Child, a Coward Killer, Rogue's Passage, Rassilon the War President, Prairie Stream, Quantum Misalignment, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it isn't legendary. Drowned Catacomb, Become the Pilot. Ooh, look at that Celestial Colonnade. That is crazy. The Pandorica, the 13th Doctor, and the 11th Doctor. All right, we are almost there. I am loving pulling these. I'm feeling like the guaranteed doctors are nice because you want to get them, you want to pull them, you want to use them. Um, but also, like having that guaranteed at the end there is not, I don't know. Well, we want to save it because we want to see if one of the serialized is at the end there. So I'm not going to pull them up to front. We got a Forest, the Third Doctor, Sound of Drums, Mind Stone, the 11th Doctor, Cultivate, Reverse the Polarity, Skycloud Expanse, Sycorax Commander, Waterlogged Grove, Osgood Operation Double and Surge Foil, that's fantastic. Day of Destiny, Cybermat, Dalek Squadron. Oh, and the TARDIS in TARDIS foil. I love that. That I'm glad I got that card. That is amazing. And then a copy token. All right, last two. The music is something new I'm doing on the stream. Is that good for everyone? Does that make it a little bit better to watch? Or is it a little too distracting? So we got Nyland here, the 13th Doctor, Darkwater Catacombs. Ooh, a Soul Ring. That's fun. Soul Rings are always good. Thought Vessel, that's great. Always you good. The Last Night Together. Susan Foreman. Temple of Abandon. Flesh Duplicate. Smoldering Marsh. Another Me the Immortal and Surge Foil. Deserted Beach. Canopy Vista. And then a Weeping Angel. And the Master Gallifrey's End. All right, last pack. Tardeception, yes. Very true. So our last chance here. Let's hope we get some luck. We got a Mountain, the Second Doctor, Temple of Epiphany, Romana 2, Wilfred Mott, Osgood Operation Double, Impending Flux, Choked Estuary, All of History All at Once, Celestial Colonnade, the 10th Doctor, Creeping Tar Pit, Rootbound Crag, and then we have our two TARDIS borders, the 5th Doctor, and the Master Mesmerist. All right. Well, I didn't get an Everybody Lives, but I did get a few Master Multiplied, though, I think, maybe. At least one. So thank you all for joining. I appreciate you coming out. To let you know, go to my TikTok, the Blue Wizard of Detroit on TikTok, and go like, follow, reblog the contest that I'm doing. I need to get to 1,000 followers so I can start doing this on TikTok instead of YouTube. And then the contest winner gets a free Precon Commander deck, and I'm going to work with them to figure out what it is, but that is an opportunity to win some Magic stuff. I am also thinking about spicing it up a little bit, maybe adding some prizes, but I'm almost to halfway there. When I checked before the stream, right before the stream, I was 3 away from halfway, which is amazing. Thank you everyone for your support. The next set comes out next month, which is the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. There are mana crypts to open in that set, so you better believe I will be buying that set and opening some product. So thank you all, and hopefully you stop by next and follow me on TikTok. Thank you.